Alright, so hear me out. People have like very mixed feelings on NFTs, and it kind of ranges from people who still say shit like surfing the web to people who are telling me to spend thousands on some ugly JPEG or whatever. So I myself, I was impartial to NFTs. I didn't really care whether they were the next big thing or whether they flopped. And also, like, I didn't really understand the hype about it when everyone was like, oh, you can't spend millions on this ugly piece of art. Like, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, back in the modern art phase, people were still pretty much paying millions for blank canvases dipped in like red. So I guess throughout like the last 100 years, people have been paying way too much for stupid art anyway. So NFTs is nothing new in that front. I guess what kind of made me consider them more was when my favorite rapper Jake Rich bought one. I think he bought one of the Bored Apes, and yeah, that made me a lot more conflicted about it. I guess it was fun making fun of it, but when your favorite rapper buys it, you have to kind of think like, So yeah, then I did some research on it, and now I'm more in favor of them, I can't lie. So I'm gonna need y'all to hear me out, especially if you just hate on them. The thing is, as someone with like a creative or technical skill, I think I have a lot more appreciation for the process and understanding how these NFTs were made. That's what kind of makes them special and cool, and what makes them sell for millions, not the actual work or the actual art sometimes. So to sum up, I guess what kind of made me interested in NFTs was the process, and I'll be sort of explaining some of that. More specifically, the NFT collections. So while I do think that most of the NFT collections are visual abominations, I would say it's interesting how they come up with thousands of them. So, you know, I was doing some research into NFTs, and by research I mean I was watching YouTube videos about it, and then I thought, hey, I'm an artist and I can draw, so I was like, let me just try it, right, see what I can come up with. So I needed a theme, and it was a rapper who got me into the NFT side of things. I thought, why not let the theme be rappers? So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm gonna show you how I made these rap based NFTs that I'm calling hot shots, because that's what I came up with at that time. Before I go on, the last few videos I did were about this RPG game that I'm working on, and I've been really swamped with like uni and the game as well. I haven't really uploaded videos, and YouTube wants like one video a week for you to grow, and once a month is still a challenge for me. But yeah, I do plan to show off a lot of the other projects I've done. I was working with VR a lot, and I even did a computational art exhibit, so I'm gonna do videos on those soon. Yeah, if you want to see some of that, subscribe and all of that, and I'll get those videos out as soon as possible. But yeah, one thing that makes these NFTs collections kind of interesting is this idea of rarity. To sum it up, not all NFTs are created equally, and it's kind of like in games how you have like 4-star items, 4 and 5-star items as well. Sort of like in Genshin Impact, it's taken me so long to get my first 5-star character. I value the 5-star characters more. Think about it like getting a rare trading card. It's also like permutations and combinations. I'm not sure which one it is. It's been a long time since I did maths, but yeah, no one actually draws 10,000 of these apes. Like, that would be torture. What they do is they combine different layers to come up with 10,000 variations. Essentially, each layer is like a transparent canvas where you can draw on, and then you can stack different layers on top of each other to have a finished image. Imagine if you had 4 layers, maybe one for like a face, eye, nose and a mouth. Then you just need to have 10 variations of each of them, and then you can have over 100,000 images when you combine them randomly. Also, each layer had a value for weightings, which essentially means I can make certain eyes, for instance, more rare than others. Cool, so when I had the theory down of how they were made, I decided to do a little rough sketch to see how I kind of wanted them to look like, and to see which layer groups that I needed. Yeah, so I used Hashlip's engine because that basically does the combination work for you. All you need to do is say how you want the layers to be sorted out. and yeah, you just type in a few magic words and it starts generating. So I guess that was the first step. I quickly had a prototype of what I wanted, but it wasn't good enough. Like, I think it was uglier than most of the NFT collections out there. I also drew most of them on my Surface Pro 7, which is a garbage device. Like, it's actually horrible. I think Windows rolled out an update that basically made it unusable, so it's really hard to draw on there. Yeah, it's a waste of money. Like, I cannot wait for the day where I can smash it or throw it away or something. And that was £900 down the drain. So in order to complete the project, I bought this, which is like a £60 graphics tablet. And you know, it's good because I use it for my game and other like client work I have to do and everything. So not a complete waste of money, but it did set me back. I am a uni student and £60 meant I was eating ramen for like the month. So yeah, that was fun. When it actually came time to like draw in most of these, I had mentally moved on from the project and I was mostly focused on my game and doing uni work I had to do. So I did a few art streams and decided to use that time to focus on this NFT thing. And I gotta say, Twitch really helps me stay productive and accountable on these tasks. And it's also kind of fun just interacting with people as well. So if you guys want to see like the behind the scenes of some of the stuff I do, you can follow me on Twitch and I'll put the times I stream in the description. Anyway, after a few hours of drawing, I was able to create a collection that actually kind of looked good. And when you look at some of the rarer items, I'd actually say they even kind of look cool. I don't know. Anyway, so earlier I was talking about like randomizations and rarity. And what I did was, for cooler backgrounds and cooler t-shirt, I gave them a lower number, which essentially made them a lot more rarer. And the idea is, now if I was to sell these, the ones with cooler cosmetics would go for a lot more than the ones that are just basic. And so that's kind of why the price for certain NFTs is so crazy high, is because we intrinsically give them more value because, oh, the background is cooler, or this one looks hype, or this one looks better. At the end of the day, I don't really think I'm gonna work on these anymore. I was more interested in how they were made than actually putting them up and, you know, selling them or anything. I think if NFTs don't die out soon, which it doesn't look like that anyway, but if they don't die out soon, I'll probably do some NFT projects in the future. Something big and overly ambitious is more my style. Maybe do something with the game as well. But yeah, with the whole NFT market, there's a lot more possibilities than just selling JPEGs. I would say that like a vast majority of people don't know what they are, and like they still say things like, oh, if I just screenshot it then I own it. And it's like, that doesn't make sense. If you screenshot art in a museum, you don't own the art, you just own a picture of it, if you know what I mean. I guess NFTs is more like trading a receipt. I guess that's how I would describe it. But with any new technology, people always kind of start out by hating it because it's fun to hate what you don't understand, right? And then as it becomes more accessible and more people know about it, they begin to like understand it a lot more, and basically they begin to start coming around and stop acting like it's the end of the world. So I'm not saying NFTs will be like the next big thing and we'll all be minting NFTs in the future. If it just continues to stay like a niche things for rich kids with way too much money, I think that's fine. You know, do what you want to do. And right now it's looking like it's a great way for, I guess, technical artists like me who don't draw pen and paper physically to actually make some money off their work. Because now all our cool code shit we do can actually make some money, and then we won't have to be living off ramen. Anyway, I hope you liked this video, and I hope it gave some insight to kind of like how NFTs are made. I think those collections are, they're kind of whack, but the way it's made is just kind of cool. So yeah, subscribe and leave a like, and hopefully I'll be seeing you soon.